Imagine an advanced civilization that spanned continents, mastered free energy, and built architectural wonders that we cannot replicate even today. Yet it's been wiped clean from our history books. Welcome to the mysterious story of Tartaria. Depending on who you ask, Tartaria was either a massive empire hidden in plain sight or an elaborate internet myth that got wildly out of hand. But what if there's more to it? What if elements of our true history have been deliberately covered up? Why is the topic of Tartaria so heavily ridiculed or dismissed without real investigation? In this documentary, we'll dive into the origins of the Tartaria theory, the suppressed architecture, the curious maps, and the unsettling question, why don't they want you to know about Tartaria? The origins of the Tartaria theory. The story of Tartaria starts with old maps, really old maps. As far back as the 15th century, European maps depicted a massive landmass in Central Asia labeled Tartaria. These maps showed it stretching from Siberia across to parts of Eastern Europe, all under the control of the so-called Tartars. Historians have traditionally described Tartaria as a vague term used for the unknown territories of the Mongol Empire. But proponents of the Tartaria theory argue otherwise. They say these maps are evidence of a suppressed civilization. How could such a vast empire simply disappear with almost no record of its culture, language, or people? The architecture no one can explain. From the Kremlin in Moscow to the grand cathedrals of Europe, to mysterious buildings in places as far as San Francisco, proponents at Tartaria point to one common thread: impossible architecture. The theory claims that these structures, often built with megalithic stone, perfect symmetry, and advanced engineering, were not created by modern humans, but inherited from a lost civilization. They question how 19th century societies, allegedly using horses and hand tools, could create massive domes, spires, and buildings with mathematical precision. Then there's the mystery of the World's Fairs, grand international exhibitions from the late 1800s. Massive, ornate, temporary buildings were constructed in a matter of months, only to be demolished afterward. Was this a global cleanup operation, destroying evidence of Tartarian architecture under the guise of progress? Free energy and forgotten technology. According to Tartaria theorists, the spires and domes of Tartarian buildings weren't decorative, they were part of an ancient energy system. Nikola Tesla's experiments with wireless electricity are often cited as proof that we once had access to free, clean energy. But what if Tesla didn't invent it? What if he rediscovered it? Many of these ornate structures share similar patterns: domes, antennas, copper ornaments, and perfect residence chambers. Were these ancient power stations distributing wireless energy to entire cities? And if so, who shut it down and why? Mud floods and historical reset. A central pillar of the Tartaria theory is the idea of a global catastrophe known as the mud flood. Across the world, people have discovered buildings with basements that are actually full stories buried underground. Doors and windows partially submerged in soil suggest that these buildings were originally built at ground level, but something covered them in earth. Theorists argue that this wasn't natural, it was deliberate. A massive mud flood event, possibly man-made, reset civilization and buried Tartarian structures. After this, a new history was written, erasing any trace of what came before. Photos from the 1800s show empty cities, massive constructions with no people around, and technology far too advanced for the time. Are we seeing the remnants of a wiped-out civilization rebranded as modern achievement? Why cover it up? If Tartaria was real, why cover it up? One theory is control. A society with access to free energy and advanced technology would threaten the power structures of the world. Modern empires, religious institutions, and financial elites all rely on control over resources, information, and people. Admitting Tartaria existed would rewrite everything: history, religion, science. It would expose the fragility of modern civilization and the lies that have been told for centuries. It would force us to question who we are and what we're capable of. By branding it as conspiracy, academia ensures the topic is never seriously investigated. Skepticism and the search for truth. Of course, not everyone buys into Tartaria. Many historians argue the theory is based on misunderstandings, cherry-picked evidence, and internet speculation. They say old maps simply used vague terms, and that impressive architecture can be explained by industrial progress. But there's also a growing number of independent researchers, architects, and historians challenging the official narrative. They're not saying every Tartarian claim is true, but they're asking important questions. Why are we discouraged from exploring these mysteries? Why do so many questions about our past remain unanswered? Even if Tartaria as a unified empire never existed, the pattern of suppression and ridicule reveals something else. History is not a fixed truth, it's a narrative, and narratives can be manipulated. Conclusion: what if we've been lied to? Maybe Tartaria was never a single global empire. Maybe it's a patchwork of forgotten cultures, erased technology, and inconvenient truths. But even if the theory isn't 100% accurate, it opens a door to a bigger realization. History is not always what we've been told. Whether through accidental loss or deliberate erasure, parts of our past have been hidden, and that's the real story. So the next time you pass a strange old building or stumble upon an ancient map, ask yourself, what else are we not being told? Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Before Time New for more explorations into the lost chapters of our human story.